Over the last 6, 7 years, we've heard a lot of horrible things come out of the mouth of Donald Trump and the Republican Party. And it's always resulted in some horrible things happening in this country. They had a certain amount of power, they had a certain amount of sway. But I want you to understand we're at a pivot point right now, starting this coming week. Things are changing to the point where these Republicans and Donald Trump and his family now have to be accountable. They can delay no longer, they can divert no longer. They've got to atone to some of their crimes. What I'm talking about is this lawsuit in New York brought by Letitia James. Donald Trump is going to have to testify. Ivanka Trump is going to have to testify. Eric and Don Jr. are going to have to testify in these cases. And it starts between Monday and November 6th. So we're talking 7, 8 days. That week period is going to have a lot of Trumps talking. Now, I know a lot of you will say, well, they'll just plead the fifth, and they can certainly do that, but this isn't a criminal case, so if they plead the fifth, that will work against them. Keep in mind, this is not a jury case. This is the judge, the one that Donald Trump has been pounding on for weeks and weeks. He's the only one that's going to make the decision. And don't forget, he's already made the decision that Donald Trump and the Trump family and his organization are guilty of massive fraud. This week, when they're set up to talk, it'll be interesting to see what they do. If they choose not to talk, that will be the biggest mistake they ever made. They can no longer hide from this. They can no longer run from this. They have to finally, once and for all, deal with this situation, or it's going to be worse for them. Whether they understand that or not, I'm not sure. But this is a pivot point. Beyond this, we have the ultimate decision as to how much he's going to have to pay, how badly he's going to be stripped of his money, power, and property. Make no mistake, that's going to happen. And even if it's not as much as we think, it'll still be devastating to Donald Trump. This is the one thing that he believes is his identity, his money, his power, his prestige. That will all be taken away from him in this case. He's already lost this case. We're just waiting to find out how much. And then when the criminal cases start to hit him, he'll be nothing more than a shell of himself. He'll be weak. And that will be the end of taking out the fucking trash.